Welcome back, everyone. This is Mr. Brain, your friendly neighborhood gaming dad, and I am back in my home alliance of Little Boone here in Region 6, taking a little bit of downtime before the next island raid, which hopefully won't be at the end of next week, but we will see. In this downtime, I thought it would be nice to talk about one of my favorite portions of the campaign in this game, a nice daily or weekly event, if you would like to call it, called the Arena of Doom. Now, the Arena of Doom is a combat based mini game within Doomsday Last Survivors that allows you to pit up to five of your commander pairs against up to five of your enemies' commander pairs. You can place them in any order that you want, all on the front line, all on the back line, however you want to. And then you can go and face off against members of your alliance or members of your region as they are ranked on the leaderboard. If you win your fight, you gain their rank and they get pushed down to your rank. If they were to fight you and the same thing occurred, you would just trade places again. There is no point system in Arena of Doom like I've seen in other mobile games. It's you win, you take their spot. It's as simple as that. Now, what kind of rules apply to Arena of Doom? What can you use in Arena of Doom? It's essentially limited to what you can bring to the table yourself. What I mean by that is all commanders' captain talents, so your hero's talents and skills, your equipment buffs, your military technology, which is just your research, any building buffs, and once you get higher level buildings, you'll know what I'm talking about there, as well as any buffs from your VIP level take effect in Arena. This does exclude any alliance based buffs, including titles from being an R4 or any titles that you can get from the president of the region. So if you're trying to take that scavenger buff in order to do better in Arena, it does not work here. Also, the squad deployed is only 50% of its total squad capacity. So this takes into effect the hero's level, as well as your HQ level, and anything that might have an effect on your squad capacity, such as equipment, finds the total and then halves that entirely. And then that is the troop total that you bring into the field, which makes sense. Myrai Goro can bring in about 216,000 onto the field. In here, it's 108,000. This just keeps it so that the fights don't drag out too long and makes it very possible for even weaker enemies to have a bit more of a chance against their stronger competitors. Now, why do we want to do this? Why is Arena so important? It's for these store items right here, primarily defensive fabric and carbon steel. If you don't already know what that is, these are your basic equipment materials. Without these, you're not going to be able to boost your equipment. And if you've ever done any of the other events in this game, you'll know that seeing 60 or sometimes even a two-digit number on carbon steel is very rare. We just have an event right now called Lethal Outbreak, and the exchange shop for that is literally 5 for 130. It's ridiculous. So, the better you are at Arena, the more of these that you're going to get for upgrading your equipment. Now, some of these down here are locked to rank 20 and above. However, it only requires you to be rank 20 when you buy them. So you can get your alliance mate to drop their defenses, or if you can get good, so to speak, and get into the top 20 by yourself, you can buy these. And then if you get beaten out, they don't get taken from you. Equipment materials are hard to come by, and it gets expensive later on in the game. 6,500 and 650 just to upgrade my gold equipment here, which is my next goal. And these buffs that you get from equipment are huge. So if you get good in Arena, it's a lot easier to stay good later on. Some other things to note about Arena is that you get 5 free challenges a day. Now, you don't have to use these all at once. You can use a couple of them to get up to your top 20. You can save them for the very end, but it only refreshes to 5 at the end of every day. Something to think about. Every 3 hours, you're going to get arena coins, and these are based on your rank at the end of 3 hours. So if you wait until 2 hours and 59 minutes and then you go and get another 5 ranks or 10 ranks in arena, it's going to up that number right before you get the coins, and it'll count as you getting the higher coins instead of the lower one. The other way to use your attempts is to wait until this timer at season's end is as low as possible, and then try to up your rank from there, because the rewards at the end of the week are pretty substantial as well. I like to sit in between the 11 to 20 rank, and it gets me around 44 to 45,000 arena coins, which is more than enough to pay for all of the equipment materials that I would like to get for the week. And then I can use them on advanced advanced search maps, or wondering if I'll ever be able to save up for Rising Sun. Maybe someday. But I digress. Anyways, that's the basics of Arena of Doom. I will be doing later videos and putting them in this playlist that will go over different commander pairs that are really good in Arena, even if they aren't as good out in the field, as well as some different advanced tactics that either I've come up with or I've seen other players use that allow me to get just a little bit of an edge in Arena. Anyways, that's all for this video. Thank you for your time. Again, this is Mr. Brain, your friendly neighborhood gaming dad, signing off.